Hi, I'm Meg Kopka, Director of Sales here at Better Manager. Formerly, I spent 3 years as the SVP at Something New, a sales and marketing talent acquisition firm, and was the GM of the Boston Enterprise Sales Forum, a sales networking group. Joining me today are Kara Gilbert, who's an executive coach at Breakthrough Consulting. She's former chief people person at Turbonomic and former SVP of sales for Rapid7, both located here in Boston. Gary Rhodes, who is co-founder and chairman of Expoyant and an expert on showing how engagement is a key success factor for sales leaders. And he's a former professor of marketing and entrepreneurship at Brigham and Young University. Dan Irwin, who has spent the last 9 years rising through the ranks at Yelp and spent the last 2 years there as director of sales, overseeing a team of 10 sales managers and 120 sales reps. And he's currently the head of sales for BuildZoom. Wendy Hansen. Wendy is the co-founder and COO of Better Manager and host of Building Better Managers podcast. She has over 20 years of experience as an executive coach, serving the most successful startups, including Google, MapQuest, and AOL Patch. And our moderator today is Asad Zaman, Asad is a partner and managing director of executive search at the Sales Talent Agency in Toronto. The Sales Talent Agency is one of North America's largest and best recruitment companies. Asad, thanks so much for joining us today and being the moderator for this podcast.
Thank you, Meg, and thank you to all the panelists. Very excited to have this conversation today. The focus is going to be discussing how to build a thriving sales culture, which seems to be a really big problem for companies out there. The biggest problem when it comes to B2B sales is retention. The average tenure of a sales rep has dropped down to 1.5 years, which is a ridiculous number. What that means is that leaders are unable to hold on to their reps, which makes it very hard to hit the high targets that they have to hit, and also has a really bad impact on a company's culture. One of the things that can actually help hold on to top talent is great management. The problem is that right now, 75% of employees in the US say that their manager is a source of stress for them. And 50% of people have said that they left the company that they were at because of their manager. So this is something that we need to dig into and figure out what is good management, how do you select people so that they are the right fits for management roles, and then how do you equip them for success, which is what we're doing today. The format of the webinar is going to be, I will direct questions to each of the panelists, but throw those questions around to each other. Let's try and have as practical a discussion as we can so that people can have takeaways that they can go and implement right after this. Also, along the way, Meg is going to stop us every now and then and throw in some questions that the audience is asking. So that's the format for today.